Communication, in my humble opinion, is the greatest tool we possess as humans. The ability to take an idea and place it into another person's mind is awe-inspiring if you really think about it. Coupled with the internet and its ability to take a message around the world in seconds, it can only get better. These are our conversations. Hope you enjoy. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mikey T, CEO of UITC Group. We're a branding and marketing company which help other companies discover, develop, and deploy their brand identity and their brand story. Today, we're at the Double Door event space, and we're going to be talking to Dwayne Brown about his journey through entrepreneurship and just being a great guy in the city of Mount Vernon. Come on. Here we are, guys, with Mr. Dwayne Brown. Brother man, how are you?
What's up, my guy? I'm good.
How's everything, my guy?
Can't complain. On a daily grind, as you see.
Always and forever, and that's
Always
why I
and
respect
forever.
you.
I mean, hard worker trying to do what I gotta do for my family.
That's what's up, man. So we are here at the Double Door event space.
Welcome to Double Door.
Nice. So let's get into it a little bit. Really just what's a little bit of your background? Where you from? Where did you grow up? Your story?
Wow. So we going deep. Not too deep. I'm from Mount Vernon. I was born in the Bronx. I was born by Yankee Stadium. Hospital is no longer there. A lot of things in my life is like, wow, hospital is no longer there that I was born in. So, but I was born in the Bronx by 161st Street, 167th. I moved here when I was 5 to Mount Vernon. Single mother. My mother had my brother and me. So she was looking for a better lifestyle, and the realtor showed her Mount Vernon, and she felt if she settled here that me and my brother one day will be able to make something of ourselves. So, I've been here since I was 5. I've went through all the local school systems. I went to elementary school at Longfellow. I went to middle school at Davis. I went to Nichols, Franco. Then I spent my 4 years at Mount Vernon High School, and best time of my life was those 4 years at Mount Vernon High School. Very monumental moments in my life.
Nice. So, how did you get into the event planning, multimedia space? Like, where did that come from?
Looking back on it, I probably had a knack for it. So I believe some things is God sent. You know what I'm saying? You just have to fine tune it. So my mother threw parties, family, she was into it. And my stepfather bought us a video camera, young, you know what I'm saying? For no other reason. So I've had a video camera in my hand since I was like 10 or 12, when the tape was the big VCS tape, and it looked like a big, the president's suitcase for the nuclear bomb, you know what I mean? So, he didn't buy it because we wanted to be video or anything like that. For some reason, we just had it in our household. So that was a little bit of me getting a taste of it before I got into it big time. But when I was 20, I lucked up and worked in a party store called Roger Party Store in Greenburgh. Just was looking for a job. Wasn't really looking to get an event plan or anything like that. I was looking for a job, and I ended up at Roger Party Store, and I learned events from there. I became the manager of the receiving room, so I learned every aspect of events out of there: invitations, setting up the floor, balloons, preparation for parties, inventory. So much.
Nice. So, was there a moment when you said, "Oh, this is for me"?
I don't know if there was a moment, but there's just been things that build up to this, right? So I was working, I learned how to do balloons, and then I got fired. I didn't get fired. I quit without realizing that we had a disagreement. I felt that I was more to the company. He was mad about something that I thought wasn't something he shouldn't have been mad about, so I quit. And then that's when I started my own business. And in hindsight, I should have waited a little longer before I quit. But, I quit. So when I quit, I ran to New Rochelle, and I opened up my first store 20 years ago in New Rochelle on Main Street, doing balloons. Me and my friend Mike Thompson, is still around me today. So we opened up a store in New Rochelle, and that started the trajectory to where we are now.
Nice, nice. So when we talk about DNK events, what is the overall theme and what is DNK events?
So DNK Events, so we have two companies. One is called DNK Events. One is called Double Door Event Space. Event Space is event space. That's what Double Door is. But DNK Events is a event planning company. We specialize in events, so we do the floral, we do the photography, we do the balloons, we do the food. Everything that encompasses in events over the years, I've learned how to do. So I don't do it myself. I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to touch everything. But over 20 years, I put together a crew of people that can handle things. You know what I'm saying? My crew is deep. My network is deep. I cherish them, and I believe in them. So over the years, as a company, we're able to handle everything that within an event. Because as of 20 years, I learned. I started out doing balloons, but then going to an event and meeting a photographer, I learned how to do photography. Meeting a videographer, I learned how to do videography. And as a leader, I believe I'm not a good leader if I can't step in and help one of my teammates. So if one of my teammates need me to hold a video camera, I'm capable of doing it. I may not be up to his standards, but I'm capable to do till he gets back or do something. If someone wants me to come in and be in the kitchen to cut something, if someone needs me to do balloons. So I believe as the leader, I must be able to assist my crew in what they need. So I've learned everything within the business, within my business. There's nothing I don't know.
Like the slogan says, you do all the work, we have all the
You
fun.
have all the fun, and I believe that. Who wants to have a party and work, right? Who wants to spend thousands of dollars on their party and have it go wrong or work the party? Like I felt that was crazy. So I felt that I needed a company that people can come in, they have a good time and leave. And that's what we built Double Door for.
That's, that is what's up. So we can get in. So now we know your business side. Now, I like to say you're very philanthropic in your ways and in your beliefs. As much as you're a businessman, I met you. We were at some place at the Dole Center, and that's where I met you. And I remember I gave you one of my cards and said, I was an aspiring business person. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to build a brand. And unlike most people, you didn't look right past me. You actually listened to what I said. And when I got in contact with you, you hit me right back up. And we met, and there's been this mentorship. And I definitely call you one of my mentors, this type of mentorship relationship, because you're always willing to share advice, and you're never not willing to be raw, real, and personal. And where does that come from?
I mean, I'm a Leo. I don't know what comes from a Leo, but I don't have time to be phony and be fake, right? So if I feel something, I'm gonna let you know. I could be wrong, because I'm not right. I'm not the almighty righteousness, but I'm gonna let you know how I feel, and then we take it from there. So being able to connect with people on a one-on-one basis is a gift that I believe is a gift, you know what I'm saying, that I have. And I truly care about people, and I want people to truly care about me. And I know that business is tough. So if I can help someone move their business along, I'm gonna do it because I got here because somebody helped me move along, directly or indirectly. So talking to people like yourself, and respect is respect. I see your movement. There's times if I feel something, I told you, right?
Yep,
You
always.
would never, I tell people, you would never hear, you know what Dwayne said about you? Because I'm going to tell you face what I said about you. You know what I'm saying? And then we can take it from there. Because I'm never going to say something that's, I don't care about your personal life. My opinion is always on business and what we show each other. So if I feel something's out of whack, I'll come to you and say, yo, Mike, I don't think you should do that. You can either listen or not listen. Because somebody did it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, Dwayne, I don't think you should do that. And I had to take it in heed to get bigger and better in what I'm trying to do. So being able to help people, is what, I think, I'm here to do that. And that's just it. I don't have no true story of why I do it. It just feels good for me, and it's my natural me. So for me to not help you would be phony. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? I've helped some wrong people. I've helped people that don't appreciate the help. I've helped people who didn't understand that I was helping them. But everybody see things differently and pick up on things differently. You know what I'm saying? I have 4 kids and they're all different. So how can I put people that are not how can I accept different from my kids, but I can't accept different from other people? You feel what I'm saying? So, I'm an even kill kind of guy when it comes to that.
Nice.
If you screw me over, I don't you no more. So if you have to edit that, edit that. But you do me wrong, it's over.
That's it.
It's over.
Yeah, you can't expect to do wrong and people to still be on your side and all that stuff.
That's my only thing. I'm a loyal guy. I don't like disloyal people. I'm a loyal guy. I'm not right all the time, but I'm loyal all the time. And I will give you my loyalty.
Nice. So when it comes to Mount Vernon, I realize you are in everything. I can go to any type of meeting. I can go to a school board meeting, Dwayne is involved. I could go to politics, Dwayne's involved. I could go anywhere in Mount Vernon and you're involved. Why is that?
Because
right? Why is that?
Because I'm here because of Mount Vernon. So how can I turn my back on the system that helped build me? That wouldn't be right. You know, if I know that I have access to a lot of things and people because of the great people of Mount Vernon, because of the great opportunities that the city of Mount Vernon has afforded me to do. So for me not to try to help extend that, for me to not try to help showcase that, I think would be an injustice and be selfish of me. That's just how I feel. So I'm involved in things, not because I want to, not because I'm trying to be the all in all of Mount Vernon. You know, I got a lot of things I got to do, so that's not what I'm trying to do. But I'm also know where I've come from. I know the program, the institutions that help build within Dwayne Brown. So for me to take all of that talent and go to another community and help another community grow, that wouldn't be cool. So I mean, you know, I'm involved. Yeah, you know, I have influence.
Loyalty.
Loyal. I'm loyal to the city. You know, I have a loyalty to the city that I would have to the day I die. You know what I'm saying? I don't like being out of Mount Vernon for more. I go on vacation and I'm like, I want to get back home. You know what I'm saying? I want to be home in Mount Vernon. So it's not like I'm stuck here. Obviously, I've expanded worldwide. I've been all over. I've done a lot of different things, but I'm grounded here. Fully 100%. So being involved in things is who I am. And then, you know, you can't if you ain't involved. So I talk because I'm involved.
That's it, you here.
I'm here, so what are you gonna say to me? You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not right all the time, like I said, but I'm involved. I see things, and I've been involved for 20 years. I'm not overnight. I worked for the last 4 years in some capacity, so I'm not overnight success, and I'm not an overnight opinionated person. I've seen the work, and you'd be surprised of the influence that I've had over the 20 years in Mount Vernon. Quietly, but there's a lot of things are happening because of my idea or the support that I brought to the city of it.
Nice. So you talk about working for the last 4 years. How do you balance that without, sad to say, our community is very, if you talk to this person, that means you can't talk to this person. That means you can't be a part of this person's team. How did you work through that working with the last 4 mayors?
Well, I don't like self-esteem. So when it comes to gossip and talk, it doesn't affect me in that way. So I'll just put that out there, right? So no one can like hurt me more than me because words is not powerful. So President Bush said one thing one time: the presidency is bigger than the president. The office of the mayor is bigger than who's mayor. I respect the office of the mayor to the fullest. So I will support and work for whoever's in that seat to my full potential of what I do as an event planner. So I work with the 4 mayors because I never try to be more than what I am to them. There's no job they can give me because I'm an entrepreneur for the rest of my life. So there's no position in City Hall I want. There's no job I want. I'm just supportive of the building, who's mayor, and the city of Mount Vernon. So it's easy for me to sidetrack from mayor to mayor. You know what I'm saying? I'm always in the circle. I'm not always in that inner circle because I don't want to be in that inner circle. But I'm involved, and I give my advice. Sometimes it goes over, sometimes it's heated. But I respect the office of the mayor. So if you respect the office of the mayor, whether it's who's sitting in there, now we have a woman for the first time, it shouldn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I respect the office first. So that's my answer of how I'm able to work with 4 different mayors in and out. And I play my role. I don't try to be something I'm not. You know what I mean? So it's very easy. I don't change. Like, you've been around me. Whether I got the suit on, I'm the same person as I got jeans and a hoodie on. I don't change who I am to fit in a room or with anybody. So it's easy because I don't have to remember what I said or how I was acting in front of this person. I'm the same dude day in and day out.
So what drew you to entrepreneurship, out of all things? Because I know you have Caribbean background and of Jamaicans, and we usually look for the stability. We usually look for the
my mother's in the
job. We look for that union. We look for that 25 years and I'm gone.
Yeah, my mother was big on that. But, it just wasn't my path, right? So I had a daughter young, 20, and I just knew that I had to have a different route. So after leaving a party store and opening my own store and failing, you know what I'm saying? I failed a lot. Like, I failed a lot, miserable a lot. Like, and entrepreneurship is lonely, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's times where you don't even want to be on the earth no more because you feel lonely and you feel like a failure and everybody's laughing at you and saying you ain't never going to be shit. And that's real talk. I've said that. People, your family, your friends, just not, entrepreneurship is not cool until you're successful. Now, yeah, I'm in front of a camera, everybody, oh, Dwayne, 20 years ago, you was a you don't want a job. You don't want work. You was a lazy. You know what I'm saying? Go back to school and get your education. Do something with your life, right? And I can't be mad because that's what the reality was, right? Entrepreneurship is not, especially in the black community. Now it's cool. It's cool to be a CEO. It's cool to be an entrepreneur. It's cool to have your own. Back then, it wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what gave me the bug. I just knew that I had a young daughter. Kyla Brown. Now I got 3 other kids, but I had a young daughter. Me and her mother wasn't seeing eye to eye and how my life was going to be and all that stuff. So, and I just knew I had to be there and do what I had to do to make sure my kids was going to be all right in the future. And entrepreneurship for me was that path.
Nice.
That path.
What's up, man? That's definitely what's up.
Right.
And I don't know how many people know, but I don't feel enough people know. You are one of the main reasons of the Little League in Mount Vernon coming back to the city. You've helped get them grants, you've helped get them equipment, you've helped raise money, you've helped get them coaches. You've literally built this thing back up. Why? Why?
I love baseball. I used to work at Brush Park. I watched my brother play baseball there. I have a lot of friends that I made there. And I just want to get baseball on the rise. But I'm just part of a great team. You know what I'm saying? Sports teach you teamwork, it teaches you sacrifice, and it humbles you. So I always want to make sure that I give kids an opportunity, the same opportunity that I had. So yeah, I'm a part of all the things you said, but I've also had the staff at Recreation that allows me to help put that together with the leadership of Commissioner Morton when he was there at the time. Now the Commissioner Sylvia Gasson is there now, but Rick Wright writes a lot of grants at City Hall. Coach Lamont is there coaching when I can't be down there. I have a lady there named Denise Matthews that's down there when I can't be down there at 8 o'clock in the morning because I live in Rockland, so come into Mount Vernon 8 o'clock in the morning, it ain't happening. So, it's way bigger than me, but I'm happy to be involved. I'm happy to see kids smiling and giving another outlet for a kid to get to college or meet other kids. I have white friends, Spanish friends, Italian friends, all kind of background friends because we all played baseball at Brush Park. I didn't play. By the time I got into sports, I was older in baseball, so I umped there. But my little brother played there, Danny Brown. He played there. So I just wanted to give kids back the opportunity that we had growing up.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I just kind of want to come back to loyalty because you just said something that's the craziest thing. You live in Rockland County.
Yeah, I live in Rockland County.
And
I'm in Mount Vernon every day.
Yeah, Mount Vernon every day.
I'm in Mount Vernon every day. Well, when you get married, the decision of where you live is not always on you.
Nah, no.
You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, where you live is I live in Mount Vernon. You know what I'm saying? I live in Mount Vernon. I sleep in Rockland County. I live in Mount Vernon. My
I
heart
re-
is always in Mount Vernon.
and that's what I respect your loyalty, because even though you have people who live in Mount Vernon, oh, I can't go to this meeting, oh, I can't be a part of this because of this, and you as somebody who lives in Rockland County wakes up every day and says, how can I make Mount Vernon better? What's a greater loyalty than that?
I mean, listen, I have a business here, right? So it's not all. If my business was if I was in another community with my business, would I could come back as often? Maybe not. So I'm not gonna pretend like I wake up every day and I see Mount Vernon. I have a business here, so I have to come down here. But in managing my business here, I'm able to get into other things, a part of the city. So, I mean, but I have my business because I'm from Mount Vernon. So the city's has been good to me. So I don't want to make a big deal of it, of how far I travel, what I do. The city has always been good to me. The people has always been good to me. So to be a part of the greatness of Mount Vernon, it's an honor. The privilege is all mine. Like, I come from greatness because the city is great. You know how many great people come from Mount Vernon? You know what I'm saying? And I'm a part of that. Like, I met so many entertainers, so many political people, so many writers, so many. There was a lady named Tina Satin that people don't know. She used to coach Denzel. I met her in her later days in life. She used to sit and talk to me. She used to coach Denzel Washington, an Oscar-winning guy, and she sits and we talk. This was my early days of business. She seen something in me, and she pulled me aside and said, "Dwayne, we had conversations, and that's the greatness of Mount Vernon. Inspiration you get from people."
Nice. What would you say are 3 of the biggest things that entrepreneurship and your journey through event planning and now this event space has taught you over the years?
Patience, being humble, and sacrifice. Patience to keep the dream alive. When things go wrong, when I want to cry, when I want to give up, I had to survive. You know what I'm saying? I lived homeless and able to secure my business. My mother moved to Florida. I just had a daughter, so like I said, I didn't want to leave her. I didn't grow up with knowing my real father, biological father, so I wanted to break that chain or break that stigma. So I didn't want to move to Florida when my mother left and leave my daughter in New York, and she didn't get a chance to grow up with me. So I'm proud. I'm so proud of myself for that. But in doing that, I had to sacrifice, right? I didn't have a stable place to stay at times because I didn't want to get a job, because I didn't want to give up my entrepreneurship dream. Being a young entrepreneur, you don't get paid. You work for free. You just want to be involved. So in my earlier days, it was little money coming, and I had to sacrifice. Stayed in my boy's studio. Rest in peace to Doug Watson. You know what I'm saying? He had a studio on 4th Avenue called Safe House, and he let me crash over there at times. So the sacrifice of business is what I got out of all what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Then it led me to meeting my wife. I met my wife at Ben Gordon Day at City Hall. So, once again, patience and sacrifice, and then doors open up. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just happy I didn't give up when I had every reason to give up. Like, I don't come from money. I don't have a college degree. I don't have no family member in business. So every reason why I should give up, it was right there in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Friends was in college doing things with their life. You know what I'm saying? I have every reason to my life is just over. What am I doing? But I knew what I wanted, and I believe in Dwayne Brown heavily.
Nice. So when I met you, it was DNK Events. You was hustling. You was doing events. They were amazing. Everybody loved you. Everybody think. Where did Double Door Event Space come from?
Well, Double Door comes from being in the right place at the right time, knowing the right people. So
networking,
and I used to be the president of the Chamber of Commerce. I met have a lot of connections from that. I did a lot of things for a lot of people while I was a chamber president. Network, hooked them up with other people. So when you look after people, people look after you. So me and Ed Andrade became friends, and we talked, and I'm here now. So I have a great wife who's an attorney, so she really runs Double Door. It's her thing. I run DNK, she run Double Door. But yeah, opportunity came up, and I sat with my wife, and she said, "Let's go." And I have a great business partner. That my business partner is my wife, right? So she's an attorney. I met her 15 years ago, and I probably would have gave up if I didn't meet her when I met her. She probably saved my life. She saved my life, and she saved my business. I know for a fact she saved my life and business. And she put me at a place of ease to let me know that, because she's a structured woman, right? She's NYU graduate. She's a law degree, so she's structure.
She's, A, B,
You know what I'm saying?
C,
She
boom,
is,
boom.
bro. And I'm like, and I'm a freak nearly like, hey, I'm here, what's up? So she put a class on me and said, nah, you gotta change things up a little bit. Or I don't have to I can rely on her to handle those things for me, right? So finances, I don't even know how much money I make because my wife handles all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm lucky that my business partner is my wife, who now pressure on me not to just be and do nothing stupid, but the pressure of worrying about finances I don't have. So it's hard to give advice sometimes to an entrepreneur because I don't have to worry about that. So you asking me something like, Dwayne, how do you manage that? I married a great woman. Yeah, that's it. That's my answer. So it's hard to give people advice on business sometimes because everything is different for every person when it comes to business.
That's
you know
true.
I lucked out, and I married a wife, and then my kids are involved in the business. All 4 kids come here. All 4 kids have blown balloons. All 4 kids have did something in the business. So, I'm lucky. They allow me to be in Mount Vernon to 9, 10 o'clock at night, right? You need kids that support you and support your dreams. So, and I in return support their dreams and stuff like that. So it works out like that for me. So, it is what it is. I like to say it is what it is.
That's it. And I know you chose an amazing spot. You're right here by Metro North.
Right here by Metro North train station. It works as a dual place for us. So it's a place where you can have functional events, baby showers, sweet 16, weddings, meetings on the weekends. But in the daytime, I wanted to give my photography people, I wanted to give my creative people, I wanted to give my video people a chance, a local place to shoot their music videos, to do their short stories, to do their interviews. So Monday through Thursday, it's more of a production facility, and on the weekends, it's event space. So it's multi-purpose. It's definitely a multi-purpose space.
Nice. That's
29 Elm, hit us up. I think if you do videos, creative, you want to do meetings, I think it's a better place. We're right in front of a train station. Parking is
from
obvious.
Grand Central?
We're less than 20 minutes from Grand Central, half an hour on the train. That whole Harlem Grand Central. From 42nd, you'll get to this building before you get to half of the major buildings and photography studios in Brooklyn, in Lower Manhattan. You'll get here faster from 42nd Street than you'll get to Lower Manhattan in Brooklyn. And that's amazing for us. And that's what Mount Vernon do for you, right?
Nice. I remember you told me that. I remember you were one of the first person. You were like, Mount Vernon is amazing for one thing only. He's like, well, you said it. You said, we don't need anything in Mount Vernon. You know what we have? We have access to travel.
Yeah.
He's like, you said, like, if you are in Mount Vernon, bus, train, car, whatever, you can get from Mount Vernon to Rockland County on the bus. Where else can you do that?
Yeah, Mount Vernon is a special place for that. Like, you can really, everyone wants something in their hometown, right? You know what I'm saying? We want a Starbucks, we want a Applebee's, we want all that stuff in your hometown because it generates income for and lower tax on the homeowners. And that's what you want. Homeowners want to lower their taxes so they can pay their mortgage and live in the community forever. So I get it when we want all those stuff in the city. But sometimes when you don't get it, you also can find good paying jobs outside the city because you're able to get to work and come back home and spend time with your kids. Because you can go get a high paying job in Manhattan, in Rockland, in Jersey, in Connecticut, in Scarsdale, and be right back home by 6 o'clock where, there's people in Rockland that takes hour and a half to get home. So their quality of time with their family is not the same. So Mount Vernon, Mount Vernon's able to give you that, you know what I mean? And then for work, I was able to get to any job, you know, in my younger days when I worked because I can get on this public transportation thing and get where I need to get. Like there's some parts of town, if you don't have a car, you stuck. But in Mount Vernon, you never need a car, ever. Maybe to go out on a nice date, but you know what I'm saying, other than that, you good, you know what I'm saying? And if she down, she get on the Metro North with you and go down to 42nd Street, right? So you gotta find a down ass chick. But yeah, you know, that's Mount Vernon for me. It's my love of the city for me.
All right, Dwayne. So, question: where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully in Jamaica, chilling. Or traveling, chilling with my kids at my kids' sports event, or my kids. You know, I like to have built the company up where somebody else is running the company over the next 10 years, and I'm just hovering over it. That's my goal. That's my job. I put in a lot of work, so I want to be able to spend time with my kids and let the business, you know. So obviously I want to be a part of the business. I want my business to grow, but if my mission is to make sure I'm there for my kids at their activities, that means I'm gonna do all I gotta do over the next 10 years to make sure I financially can do that by having somebody that can run these businesses that we have, or you know, I can afford to take the time off to go make sure I'm at my son's game or his dance or my daughter's graduation or my daughter's anything they want to do in life, to really, you know, my next half of my life, I really want to focus on building my kids up to a certain level and being in their corner as much as possible. You know, if I fatherhood is the best job I have, right? So I want to be a father before anything else that I do. I really, really enjoy being a father.
Nice, nice. What's a piece of advice you would give to somebody who says they want to be an entrepreneur?
Don't listen to people who do not want to be entrepreneurs. Don't take advice from people who don't want to be entrepreneurs. Believe in yourself. Happiness is important. And we were talking earlier, what kind of entrepreneur? I used to thought that owning a business was jets, suits, you know, I'm important, I'm the CEO. No, it's about happiness, right? I know people who make $50,000 a year running their own business and they're happy. We know people who makes $100 million running their own business and they're miserable. Happiness is what running your own business is about, I learned over the years. So, and don't look on me, don't watch this and be like, I want to do what Dwayne did. No, because like I said, I had a different path. There's no right or wrong in what you do. You have to live that life out. Entrepreneurship, you have to live it out. Don't let not having money deter you. Like I don't have money now. You know what I'm saying? But money didn't, you know, I got all this, and like I said, I don't come from money. I couldn't call my mother and said, yo, I need yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? I had to network and do it myself. So don't let not having money be your block. It's important, right? Because you got to market, you got to network, you got to dress, you got to get your hair cut, you got to do all these things. But you can find a way if you really put your mind and heart to it. So any advice I have for entrepreneurs is believe in yourself. Don't let other people take your dream away from you. And if you don't want to, and you're gonna fail. Like I'm 20 years in the game. I'm not a new jack. I'm 20 years into the game, and I still have missions where it didn't go right. You know what I'm saying? So believe in yourself and let time take its course. That's what I would say to entrepreneurs. Let time take its course. Now do what you gotta do. If you can make it in 1 year, be my guest, right? There's pop sensations that made it in 30 days. They're pop stars. And there's people that's been singing for 20 years and they still ain't pop yet. And they're better than the person that popped in 30 days, right? There's a lot of people that sing. I'm like, holy crap, this person. But it's not their time. You know what I'm saying? So when it's your time, it's your time. And you just got to work hard at it. And no excuses, you know what I'm saying? I make no excuses. I'm hard on myself every day. Sometimes I go home miserable with myself because I know I could have done better. I don't make excuses for myself. Once you start lying to yourself, you're done. You know what I'm saying? So I know when I do wrong, and I try to atone for it. I know when things aren't right, and I try to atone for it and get better every day. And I'm a work in progress, man. I got you know, I'm working on myself every day, every day, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I think black men don't have people to talk to, you know what I'm saying, enough about life, about business, about fatherhood, about marriagehood, you know what I'm saying? Like, we our feelings is like concealed because we don't want to look like we're punks, that we're like, if I'm coming for somebody for help. So a lot of things we keep inside. Like, it took me years to get over that. You know, my whole childhood was miserable because I didn't know who my birth father was. And I concealed that in me, and it gave me rage for years. Years. I felt half of a person for years. And I had a built-in excuse. If people say, why you didn't make it, I ain't grow up with no father. You know, I had a stepfather, so don't get me wrong. My mother married, and I had a good stepfather. You know, but at the time, I didn't even see him. You know what I'm saying? I knew I didn't have my biological father. I was missing that part of my life. And, you know, if me for a long time, I mean, all the way until my 30s. I got over that in my 30s when my mother, you know, I keep that within my own family somewhat, but when my mother told me the story of, you know, how I came about, I was finally able to release that. And I was 34, 35, you know what I'm saying? I'm 44 now. So 10 years ago, I was able to release that emotion and move forward with that. So, you know, there's a lot of things that you go through in life, right? And sometimes you battle them alone, but you just got to keep pushing. You know, I keep pushing. If I give advice to anybody, just keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? We all got stories. We all got things we go through. Just because I got a nice suit on today, that doesn't mean my life is not screwed up in some way, right? So don't look on me and think that I'm the righteousness of what's right. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes we look on people and we say, oh, there goes a celebrity. Everything must be right with him. Then you find out they committed suicide. Why? Because they felt the pressure of they couldn't just be themselves, right? You know what I'm saying? It got to a point where, like, I can't act like I'm not hurt. I can't act like I'm not going through things. I have to put this front on. So I'm able to woosah, you know what I'm saying?
I hear
Do
you.
what I gotta do.
And where can people find you? All your social media, all your links, your handles?
You can find me at Double Door. I think it's Double Door on Instagram. DNK on Instagram. Double Door Events at Instagram. DNK Events on Instagram. Dwayne Brown 27 on Instagram. The website for Double Door is doubledooreventspace.com. And yeah, you know, 29M if you want to have an event, if you want to have somebody plan your party, you know, give us a call. I think we're a legitimate company to be reckoned with. I've done a lot of events over the years, and I've met a lot of people over the years. So I think we're a force to be reckoned with when it comes to event planning.
Nice. Dwayne,
Yo,
thank you, my brother.
good luck to you, my brother. It's always a pleasure seeing you,
Always.
talking to you, chopping it up with you.
Always.
I wish you nothing but the best, you know, and as long as I can be here to make sure that we keep this movement moving, I'm here for you, my guy. So
Thank you so much, brother.
salute. So whoever's gonna watch this, I thank you for spending time and looking at this, because you could do anything. So just to press play to hear us talk it's an amazing thing that people, and I appreciate any time someone takes the time out to even listen to me. So thank you for the opportunity, my guy.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for giving us your time.
Yo, we here.
All right.
Jawa.